Congratulations, my dear students. This time I am very much happy to click into a new area, that is ICS course. The name of the poem is Sonnet 116, composed by William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare, as we know, the invincible poet, dramatist, playwright, and he is non-surpassable by anyone so far in the history of English literature. Although he was born in the year 1564 and passed away in 1616, he himself is a revolutionary explosion in the fields of literature. I mean to say, each one of his poem is different from the another, having not so much significance or significant similarities. That is what is his knowledge. So his knowledge is imperishable, invincible, unconquerable. In the Sonnet 116, he says, "Let me not to the marriage of a true minds. Let me not to the marriage of a true minds. Admit impediments. Don't allow me any kind of speed breakers or check and break to the process of continuation of a true love." It is used by the phrase, the marriage of true minds. True minds. When minds are true, hopes are noble, aspirations are creative. The true minds, meaning thereby mind of X and mind of Y, if both of them are true, like a magnetic contact, true love takes a place there and it germinates, sprouts with volumes. Admit impediments. Impediments, difficulties. In the path of the true love, there may be some difficulties, some ups and downs, some opposition, but a true love or true lovers, they cannot stop loving each other. True love continues, it was, it is, and it will be forever. Love is not love which alters when it alteration finds. Here the poet comes to say, love which is not changeable under the changing conditions, that is true love. True love. In other words, we say in our day-to-day life that L stands for lake of or tear, O stands for ocean of tears, or value of life, end of life. All these are rough ramifications made by us. But the poet says, true love is that love which is not changeable under the changing circumstances or of any pressure. So it is a kind of a marriage between true minds. Or bends with the remover to remove. Nobody can challenge to bend, to twist the true love. True love is like a straight line, come what may, any speed breakers, any check, any break, any troubles, any tempest, nothing can stop the true love progressing further and further. So the poet says, oh no, it is an ever fixed mark. Love is an ever fixed mark. This mark, this sign, S-I-G-N, cannot be changed. And it is compared with the pole star. If we look up into the sky, we find the lower star and the pole star. Have we ever seen the stars changing their places frequently like human beings? No. Pole star remains constant. What is the function of the pole star? If a captain is in crisis in the mid-sea of life or mid-ocean of life, he is immediately to see the pole star in the sky and accordingly decides which way his ship is going and which way the ship should go. So the polar star gives a proper direction and it is fixed. So true love is always fixed and gives proper direction, true direction. It is nothing, it has nothing to do with any falsification. It may come across hurdles, but hurdles or impediments or difficulties, they can't check the true love and true lovers. That looks on tempest and is never shaken. Even though there is a tempest, meaning thereby cyclonic tempest, it is a natural calamity. Yeah, natural calamity may come, but it will pass away because a true love is completely fixed like a polar star. It is the star to every wandering, traveling bark, ships. Any ships, if you come in contact with any crisis or it capsizes in the mid-sea of ocean or a sea or ocean, the captain looks at the star, decides his path, comes back to the seashore. So true love is to help others, create more of the love, because the love comes out of the love. Love does not admit any villainy. Villain may attempt to tarnish the sanctity, the sacredness, the piousness of a true love. But a lover or true love or a lover, they cannot really go to either villain or influenced by villain. They are where they are. So the poet says, whose worth is unknown, although his height be taken. One can measure out the temperature, the heat of the love in the body, but one cannot measure out the depth of love, because love is infinite. Love has no beginning, no end. It is, it was, it will be. It continues throughout the universe and cosmos. So we cannot say love is not time's full. Here the poet gives a message which is though debating and controversial, but for you all the students, because of your plus 2 standard, class XI standard, you say time is called the supreme power. Time decides everything. But here the poet says love cannot be made time's full. Time cannot make love full. Love is wise. Even the human beauty, like rosy lips and wonderful cheeks, they are subject to decay. They are subject to destruction within his bending sickles. Time has a sickle like a spear, and it can cut, like sickle cuts paddy. So time can cut everything, but time cannot cut love into size. Rather, love cuts time into size. Love alters not with his brief hours and weeks. Love is not a brief story that it will come back again, it will change again, it will change its forms, it will be manifested this way, that way. No, love is pure. It bears itself out even to the age of doom. Man dies, and as long as man is alive, so long so love is continuous. When man comes to death, one may say love is not there. But the argument says, the sonnet argument says, no, 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 love is beyond death. Love is unconquerable. Love is all-pervasive. Love is comprehensive. It is not a limited thing that could be controlled within the periphery of time. And in the last two lines, the poet says in the conclusion, if this be error and upon me proved, I never read, nor no man can ever loved. In the last two lines, the sonneter, I mean to say the poet William Shakespeare, gives the substance and conclusion of the sonnet. What the poet says here, explains here, if anybody on the world can make it wrong, he will never write poem, and he has never written poem. It is his declaration. So this sonnet, like any other sonnet, has been written in 14 lines. Thus, this sonnet is consisted of 14 lines. First 6 lines, we may call it an octave or a quatrain. Second 6 line is called a sestet, called the second quatrain. And the last 2 lines is called a couplet, where conclusion has been given. So this sonnet is an attempt to define love by telling both what it is and what it is not. In the first quatrain, the speaker says that love, the marriage of true minds, is a perfect and unchanging one. Yes, this true love doesn't admit, I have already hinted out, any impediments or difficulties or speed breakers on the way. And love is not changeable. We have been told in the text, love is not changeable. Even though changes are applied on love, love cannot change. It is fixed, ever fixed, like the pole star in the sky. And the pole star gives direction to the ships and the captains when the ships are breakless. So likewise, a true love gives a true dimension, true path, and the beauty. But the temporary beauty, like a rosy beauty, rosy leaves, fades. Anything bodily, that is perishable. But here, love is compared with the ever fixed mark, and love is compared with the pole star. That means love is spiritual. So the spiritual love cannot have any death. But what is called rosy beauty, it is subject to death. So in one of our poems like Kisa Gautami, we know that Kahile Kisa Gautami Prabhu Brahmili Lakshya Ghara Muthai Tadura Sat Sapayaka Nohila Sambha Para Loda Nahi Mora Chamara Chibuko Noyanara Dipti Chata Tibra Erupa Onore Podi Huemu Hota Hota. So this physical beauty has troubled Kisa Gautami. Here also the poet says rosy lip and wonderful cheeks, they cannot sustain long time. They are bound to come within the sphere of the time. Time can eat away everything, but love cannot be eaten by time. So I do think the best part of the poem 116 sonnet, we have covered up both textually, and if we go back to the technical device, we see what is the technical device, the symbols used in the poem. What are the symbols? One, that is a polar star or pole star, that is a tempest. All those symbolic words have given the sonnet a meaning which is deeper and deeper to be studied and analyzed by the readers. What is the message of the poet? The message of the poet is that let us accept true love and be true lovers. If we do not accept true love and do not become true lovers, we are not spiritual. And if we are not spiritual, we are not divine. And if we are not divine, we are bodily, physical. And we know mundane beauties perish and bodily beauties perish. But the divine beauty or spiritual beauty, celestial beauties continue for all times to come. There is a touch of eternity. I do think you are perhaps to take to your mind. Essentially, this sonnet presents the extreme ideal of romantic love. On one hand, it never changes, it never fades, it outlasts death and admits no flaw. So, what is more? It insists that this ideal is the only love that can be called true love. So, if love is mortal, changing, or impermanent, the speaker writes, then no man ever loved or will love. I do think, particularly the students who are having the English medium courses, they shall benefit a lot if they attend line by line what I am teaching to you all. And as far as my view is concerned, that William Shakespeare's sonnet number 116 is not only a pathfinder but also a subject which we must learn by heart during our age. Of course, this sonnet has a lot of linkage with with other sonnets of William Shakespeare, like sonnets 18, sonnets 130. But we are least concerned about all those sonnets because we need to study what is the theme inside the sonnet, that is 116. So love, death, death, love, love conquers, death is automatically death. Thanking you. If you have really any compulsions or if you have any difficulties, you may write down or pass the comment so that we can readjust it in the next class. Thanking you.